All right, good afternoon, writers. So today we're going to talk about planning out the parts in our how-to writings that we've been working on. So yesterday we worked on brainstorming out our topics further. We took topics from our topics list and then brainstormed them out even further using our brainstorm web. Today we're going to take a look at the parts of our topic that we brainstormed, and we're going to plan them out in steps. So writers have to take their topic and plan out the parts step by step. Okay, so let's take a look at our brainstorm map that we worked on yesterday as a class. So remember, our topic was tying your shoes, and we talked about the different important parts of tying your shoes and put them out in each circle. So now our next task is to look at these different parts of tying your shoes and narrow them down to 4 main parts. Now, some of your other parts may fit together to kind of form one part together, and that's totally okay. But we want to limit this down to 4 main parts. So I'm going to take 4 different colored markers or highlighters, or you can even use like a crayon, and I'm going to outline the circle for the different main parts. So looking here, I know that pulling 2 laces tight, that's kind of one thing altogether in its own because there's not really anything else that goes with that. And I look over this way, you cross the laces over and you pull them through all kind of in one move. So that's one step there that you do together. So that would be a different color. And then some of these, so these all 3 talk about the bunny ears step. So I'm going to pair all 3 of these together as one step or one part because they all talk about that one bunny ears process in tying your shoes. And then the very last thing that you do is you pull it all tight, and you can make it look nice and neat and nice and pretty and even, or you can just make sure that it's not going to come undone. So that's that there. So I'm going to take 4 different colored markers and outline those parts so that if some of these circles, like where cross the laces over and pull the laces through, they were going to be put together in a part. So I will do them in the same color. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so I have got my parts kind of highlighted in some different colors, and I've got definitely 4 main parts. So I have one about pulling 2 laces tight. I have one about crossing the laces over and pulling them through as one part. I have some different steps with the bunny ears process, and then I have pulling it tight all together. So when I look at these, my next task as a writer is to think how or what order should I put these in when I am teaching someone else? So the first thing I noticed is that you definitely want to pull the 2 laces tight and get all of the laces ready before you can even start to tie them. So this one will be my number 1. This will go first. Then the next step when tying your shoes is the crossing over and pulling them through, because that kind of sets you up for the basic knot that you're going to do when you're tying it. Then comes the bunny ears process. So this is the main step of tying your shoes. So this will be the number 3 because this will be the third thing that we do. And then pulling everything tight, which kind of like making it pretty and even, just pulling it tight all together so it doesn't come undone. That will be the 4th step. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to number these, and you can number them with a pencil or a marker or crayon. I'm going to number them in the same color that I outlined mine in, just so that it's easy for me to quickly glance and see which one goes with what. All right, so let me do that. I'm going to number them 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the order that they go in. Perfect. Okay, so I have labeled the parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 4 main parts that I want to teach my reader about tying your shoes. So kind of 4 big steps that we go through to get to that ending goal of having your shoes tied. So we're going to take this brainstorming map, and today I'm going to show you how you can transfer your brainstorm over to a planning sheet and kind of plan out those 4 parts that we've nailed down, because this can be a little confusing when you're looking at it because you've got 3 ideas here that you're going to be combining into one part. So it's easier to transfer them over to a planning sheet that just has those 4 main parts listed on it. So I have created a planning sheet for you to use today. And it looks just a little bit like this. So you're going to write your topic up here, which would be tying your shoes. And then you've got 4 boxes. You've got a box for each part. So what I'm going to do is go in and write each part in here. So number 1 would get written in here. Number 2 would get written here. 3 in here. And then 4 in here. Now, it's not super important to write them in complete sentences. You don't have to have them in paragraph form. Right now, it's just simply about jotting down those notes and those parts in those boxes all together so that we have one plan for the 4 parts kind of there in one spot. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer mine over. So the first one is pull 2 laces tight, so I'll write that here. Then step 2, who can help me out? What was my step 2? Okay, perfect. So cross the laces over and pull the laces through, all goes together in step 2. And then can someone different help me? What will my third part be? What will I put in this box? Okay, good. Good. So we are going to make 2 bunny ears, pinch the bunny ears, and pull 1 bunny ear through, pull 1 through. Perfect. And then my step 4 will be the last one left, which is pull tight. Okay, perfect. So now I have got these all in my plan. Let me show you. So I've got this all in my plan now. I've taken my brainstorming, put it together in order with the different parts, and I now have narrowed it down to 4 parts that go in order. So this is what your planning sheet looks like. So what I want you to do, writers, is I want you to take your brainstorming paper that you did yesterday, and I want you to highlight the 4 main steps or parts, and then order them 1 through 4. Combine, and remember you can combine steps if you need to. And then you're going to transfer that brainstorm over to your planning sheet. Just like we did here together, we transferred that brainstorming map over here so that all 4 parts are together. So today and every day when you're planning out your how-to writing, I want you to take a look at that brainstorm and then make sure that you're carefully planning out each step or part, because you don't want to forget a detail or your reader may not be able to successfully do what you are teaching them. All right, so go ahead and work on that. And then we are going to come back together here in just a little bit with our partners, and our partners are going to read through to make sure that our parts make sense and that we didn't leave anything out. All right, so off you go.